This is the smooth one.
Well, hello, Taurus. Welcome back to the channel for another daily channeled message for all of my Taurus placements. Remember to only take what resonates, leave it until it resonates, and claim it once it does, if the energy does speak to your soul. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into your reading, Taurus, and see what's going on, what messages Spirit has for you. Of course, we're going to get into the oracles, but I just feel guided to start with the tarot, so that's what we're going to do. Spirit. All right, so I'm picking up on a love message, okay? There's something in regards to a love dynamic, a love relationship, somebody that may be coming towards you. So Spirit may be wanting to put you up on game about who this person is, what their intentions are. Again, I'm picking up on Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Somebody may be coming to make things right with you. That's not for everybody, but I am seeing that 111 as I said that. So there's an opportunity for someone to spin a block, look at a situation that they didn't see it from a different perspective. I feel as if I feel like the reason why I'm picking up Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy, mainly Aquarius energy, is because of the emotional detachment. It's a very cold energy. There's been no contact, no communication, distance, a break. This cold energy, this cold draft that I'm seeing here is stemming from someone being unhappy, like someone being unhappy with the options that are around them, someone being unhappy with flirting with everybody, having friends with benefits, no strings attached types of connections. And so they are detaching themselves from people that may currently be in their life as options. Now, like I said, Taurus, this could be you or this could be somebody else. And so look at that Libra energy, wanting to be free, wanting to be let go of, separating. Someone could be a Libra. Yeah, I'm picking up strong Libra energy. Let's see, let me turn this down. So outside of your personal schedule, Taurus, all of the head over heart decisions that you have been making has been solely about analyzing who you are, what works for you, knowing what you do and don't want, and then taking control and having control over the situation to get exactly what it is that you desire. However, when it comes to love, things are really fickle. It feels like you're good at giving advice to everyone else but yourself when it comes to your own personal love life. Like you're great at telling people what to do, how to solve their issues, being a great like a wise person. That's what I'm seeing here with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You could be a life coach, a personal trainer, a nutritionist, a doctor. You could be specialized in some type of accountant, lawyer, advisor, life coach, motivational speaker. All those different types of roles that would require you give the God honest truth to people that don't apply themselves. They'll want the dream life, they'll want the body goals, they'll want the better options, but they don't necessarily hold themselves accountable to their everyday routines that either bring them closer to the things that they desire or further away from it. So You're very good at telling people what they need to do to get themselves closer to their daily goals, closer to their overall desires, like the things that you want, the things that you can have. Like, you can't control emotions, you can't control other people, but you can control the way in which you show up in your everyday reality. And so in that realm, oh, you winning all the way. And so it's really difficult for you to like do the same things that you used to do. Like, certain friends, certain family members, certain associates, let's say there's celebrations, there's partying, you may be sober, okay, sobriety, abstinence, and it can be very isolating. It can be very lonely when you're the only person that's abstaining from certain people, habits, places. And at the same time, it's hard to even connect with people, let's say, that have children. Maybe you don't have children. Maybe your work life requires that you step in you look like a great candidate or a great role model to other people and their children, but maybe you don't have any of your own. So I don't know. And I'm just channeling right now, you guys. So if you come across somebody or you meet someone that you feel deserves better than what they're receiving, that would also mean that you would be comparing yourself as the standard, because you live by what you say, right? You practice what you preach. So in a situation, I feel like your heart may be desiring someone that's unavailable. And even though you're available, if this is you, Taurus, the other person may not be available. They may not be single. One of y'all, there seems to be that type of dynamic where someone is unavailable and the other one is available. At the same time, you may be able to see that you and that person that's unavailable is more compatible than whoever they're currently with. Or someone may feel this way about you. And so it's like, that person doesn't care for that person. You know, that person doesn't know how to love them. That person doesn't know how to treat them. They deserve better than that, right? You may be in love with the idea of what you believe to be the standard that someone else should be receiving. So there are some blurry lines here. Let's say you're Taurus, your manager, or someone that's a superior to you, your personal trainer. Somebody's personal trainer could be falling in love with them. You could be a personal trainer falling in love with your client. You could be a life coach and you are helping someone and you're falling in love with that person. There seems to be that type of dynamic. You know, you could be a teacher helping someone and maybe fall in love with your student, because you're coming up, Taurus, as the wise one. You're coming up, Taurus, as the person that has been trying to abstain and restrain yourself from venturing down a particular path because you don't want to come off as someone that is misusing their spiritual gifts, right? Let's say you're very clairvoyant and you can just see what is or isn't going to work in the now or the foreseeable future. If you know that much information and you have the foresight or the ability to be an observer of humanity, relationship dynamics, whatever, you're asking yourself, if it's an ethical line that you may cross in regards to your position of authority or your position in a certain situation. That's what I'm seeing here. I think that you don't want to come off as someone, because you are a thinker, because I'm tapped into someone that's a thinker. You don't want to come off as someone that is taking action off your own biased opinion, you know? You don't want to pull someone away from where they are if they're happy. You don't want to interrupt someone's life, even though you may desire them at the moment. The real question is, long term, do you still think that you would desire them? This is the question that I feel like you're asking yourself. If you yourself struggle with connecting with a person, and staying happy long term, when things get bumpy or X, Y, and Z, or the flame or whatever it is that brought you two together, the chemistry is not always there, or it's not always readily accessible. If you're busy, they're busy. Whatever the situation that life throws at you, do you still feel like you will want to build with that person or get to know that person? Or is it, would you long to be free? Especially with Aquarius energy. Y'all know Aquarius can't keep their feet on the ground longer than 10 minutes. And then they'll want to come back. Aquarius energy is like that. It's very flighty. They will long to be anywhere but where they are, but they will always find their way back home. That's kind of like what I see here. So we have choices. What are you going to do, Taurus? The Two of Wands. This may be why you haven't made a move or made a decision to go in a particular direction. Let's go deeper today, Spirit, in regards to the situation. You may be the masculine Taurus that I'm tapped into, or you are embodying your masculine energy. That's it. The King of Pentacles is the one that's coming out. I feel like I just channeled the whole reading. I'm going to be honest with you. That's how I feel. This is why you haven't opened your heart. This is why you haven't had the inspiration to initiate conversation with someone, tell someone the truth about how you feel. This is why you have not made up your mind, not made up any type of decision, Someone here has cut every other option out. They are not entertaining anything else. They have nothing going on for themselves. They don't have no sweet thing. They don't have multiple people. They are strictly like single. You have to be a very single energy to resonate with today's channel message. However, you struggle with knowing how far you should go. Once you've invested in a person, once you desire someone, you struggle with how far you should pursue, how far you should not necessarily give, because I don't feel like this is a giving energy. I feel like this is belief, right? When you believe something wholeheartedly, you're trying to temper yourself, tame yourself with that belief so that you aren't too abrasive, too opinionated, too bold, if you will, to the point where you're now manipulating situations to play out in your favor, which is a very noble thing to do, right? To not do anything can be very noble when you know that you don't know how far. Like, how far is too much pressure? How far is too much assertiveness? How far is too much passion, desire, right? How far is too much fantasizing, you know? Is there a cutoff period, like in between the hours of first thing in the morning? Okay, morning woods is what I'm seeing here. And so you're in a position where you don't want to make a bad choice, so you're not making a choice. And instead, you're daydreaming more, you're fantasizing more on the possibility, right? And fantasy and daydreaming is also manifestation. Late at night. You made some type of promise to yourself. This is like, it's like you're a beast. If I could be frank with you, you're a beast. And when it gets dark and you're lonely, oh so lonely, the beast comes out. And not to be rude, but that side of you desires to be acknowledged. And I feel like you're trying to keep that from coming in, like you're chain balling yourself to a room, to some type of restriction, as a way to tame some type of thirst that you desire. But boy, is it, because you're already a loner. Some of y'all are popular loners, but you feel like if you let this beast out, it can do things outside of your control that may make another person feel, maybe this has happened to you before, maybe another person has felt like your energy was so intense. It can be very intense. It can be very dark, okay? And so you may not want to reveal this aspect of you or this side of you. But I do sense a thirst here, a desire here that is being ignored. Page of Wands came out anyway. And so if you can't have it in the physical 3D, then you envision it. You start envisioning what it is that you want. Start crafting the reality in your mind, in your head. You dream about it. Telepathy. So a lot of dreams. Okay, confirmation is if you've been getting like a lot of dreams, a lot of communication. It's like the only way to communicate to someone. It's the only way to get a message to someone that maybe you're unable to get the message to them physically, and so you have to communicate with them telepathically. Someone is strongly connected in the spiritual realm, but there's something blocking it. There's something blocking you from receiving the confirmation that your telepathic messages are being received. You don't know. Which means either someone else is misusing the spiritual realm to like monitor someone's dreams, monitor someone's messages. I mean, damn, it's one thing to like check someone's voicemails, but to be checking their dreams too and policing their thoughts, their aspirations, and dissecting that, sheesh, that is next level. And that's another ethical line. Someone's also trying to come up with a way to keep someone stuck, chained, bound. Or being able to go anywhere. travel, like someone's trying to interrupt travel plans. Someone's very secretive energy here. And I don't pick up the secretive energy like on the low. I know a lot of times that can come up like that, but not for this reading. I'm not picking up on someone's like undercover brother type stuff. What I'm sensing is someone's keeping a very low profile, very low key. And so it's like, how soon or when should I do something? Someone's waiting for that confirmation. Interesting. It's interesting how you have all wands out here. So I feel like you have absolutely no idea that someone is single and someone isn't. There is no competition. There is nothing preventing you from pursuing something, pursuing someone. I feel like it is a person. It is a desire. Your heart's desires is more out here than your mind. So your heart is in the spirit. You are spiritually connected to someone. You are spiritually telepathically communicating with someone. Let's see. Now we got something tangible. Something's out of your control. And so I just see you like, should you give up on something? Like, I should give up. I've already missed my opportunity. I missed the train. I don't feel like you missed any train here. I don't feel like you missed any opportunity here. But if you are very analytical and you prefer to dot your I's and cross your T's, not being able to see, not being able to analyze it and see it, this is like more senses and intuition. Not being able to like process things the way you prefer, when it comes to the analysis, the weighing all the options, you know, the paths you could potentially take, like that won't be a way in which you find out. This goes back to your belief. I feel like this is like a test for you, Taurus. A test for you of just trying it. Like, even if you've done the math, even if you've did all the logical things that you could possibly do, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is saying you've come this far and you've given up. Because what you were using to keep you, like what you were using to keep you like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. What you were using to keep you sure and confirming your own intuition, that's been kind of taken from you. And it's so you can rely on your spiritual eyes more than your physical eyes. And that's why all the wands are out here. This is your spirit. This is your senses. And even if you don't have all the answers, or you don't have all the physical references that you can pull up to confirm what it is that you know, you don't need that. You don't need that for belief. You don't need that to know, right? Because belief is believing in something. And so when someone takes away what you once believed in and they shake that foundation, then what? You're left with riding a bike with no training wheels, right? But if you know that whether you have the training wheels on or not, that you are still capable of riding that bike, your feet will pedal, your body will remember, your spirit will know that even if you happened to fall. That was also a part of how you've learned or mastered how to get back up. So none of it's wasted. None of it's a wasted experience. The journey in itself isn't a waste of your time. If you got to a certain point and you feel like, what's the point now? I don't know where to go from here. Then you're going through a breakthrough, right? Because you don't want to get to the end of a situation and be like, I did all of this. I made all these changes. I did all this work because I thought it was going to be something grandiose. And then when you get there, it's not as grand as you expected it to be. And then you're like, this is it? This is what I came out here for? Like, this is what I this is what I showed up for? Somebody got to be playing a prank on me. Five of Swords. Got me to leave everything behind, to walk away from everything I used to know, my once reality. Somebody's tricking me. And then you'll be wondering if you're listening to a trickster spirit or this or that. And it's because spirit is trying to get you to know thyself so well, to the point where nobody could ever trick you. When you know yourself, you know God, right? But when you place your belief outside yourself, the moment that something you go through in a life experience that contradicts what you believed, then your relationship with God is it can be scorned, shaky, or easily manipulated. And so this path that spirit is guiding you through as you go through it is to only bring you closer and closer and closer to that, having that intimate relationship with the Most High, having that intimate relationship through the darkness. And I feel like you're going to come out of this situation knowing what real love is. And that's all you need to do. That's all that's being asked of you, is to just walk away from any situation knowing what real love is, being closer and closer to not what it takes, what you have to do to experience love, because love it's in everything. It's in nature. It's in the way creatures, animals, insects are all just drawn to each other through a certain time of year, and they don't hold anything against each other. You don't see dragonflies arguing with each other like, bitch, where you been all year? Now you coming here out of all year and you just coming back and you trying to get you some and you finna be on your way. You don't love me. You don't see them getting caught up in those type of arguments. But over time, as evolution, we grow and we grow and grow and grow. And so does how much perspective we can reflect on at the same time. How much light can be reflected into our perspective all at the same time. And so the more light that we take in, the more questions we have, and the more beliefs we acquire, or limited belief systems that we feel like we want to let go of. And that's all a part of the process. So I feel like it's going to look like like someone or something is no longer your focus. And that may be very well true, because you're unhappy. Someone is going to feel as if they are no longer a priority in your life. You don't care anymore. And it's because they believe that you are manifesting your way out of a dynamic or a situation. When you get into this energy, when you stop wanting to give, you stop caring. First, they're going to accuse you of being a self-sabotager, right? Things can be going really well, and then all of a sudden, you got to change your heart, change your mind, and you want to give up. And so one of the karmic lessons that I see here is it's all about giving up, standing up or giving up. And if someone else is telling you that you just don't want to work on it, you're like that with everybody, they're going to project their biased opinion of you onto you, and then you're going to contemplate, well, what am I doing this? Am I being like that? If I am, I don't want to be like that. And so now you're going to start trying to change yourself and recommit or reinvest yourself into karmic cycles with people as a way to prove to yourself that you aren't a self-sabotager or you aren't someone that gives up. And that aspiring to prove someone wrong is never a good reason to invest in anything, manifest anything. Because again, the whole what's controlling the experiment is proof, which goes back to that core thing that we talked about in the beginning. Needing the proof of something, even if it's to yourself. You won't find it in people pleasing. You won't find it in the reassurance of other people giving you that validation, like, yeah, you're doing better, yeah, you're more serious this time, I feel like you actually care. That has no validity over you and your choices. That's placing your happiness outside yourself. And the Five of Swords is saying that you surrender with an ease because that's where you feel free. When you feel like you let go of something or you walk away from a situation, you feel free. And walking away for you doesn't have to mean that, oh, you trying to never, ever, ever talk to that person again or whatever. It just means that there's something about the Five of Swords in reverse that you just need that for yourself. You need it to work. You need it to focus. You need it to feel a sense of independence. And it may happen unexpectedly at times, and people may not be able to understand why you are like that. Why you so... It's just your truth. Okay? It's just your truth. Your truth is occasionally you may unexpectedly have to go off and be by yourself for a while. You're not trying to play no games. You're not trying to do tit for tat with people or punish people. You just need a lot of alone time. And then once you get a lot of alone time, you feel balanced. You feel at ease. You feel like you can really go out into the world again and be of service and be your best version of yourself. But a lot of times people take it personal when you be trying to people be taking it personal because it's the Tower. And I feel like that's what they take personal. It's like they didn't see it coming. They don't know how to connect it back to something that validates for them or proves to them that either they did something right or wrong, which is why they're still experiencing lessons, is because they have a belief system that told them that this type of activity only happens when you make them upset. Six of Pentacles. When you've done something wrong, you lose. But you're not unexpectedly disappearing and coming back and forth like that because you're trying to chastise someone or be, malicious. I feel like you just need time to set yourself free and go and do something that makes you happy. For some of you, you're like that character off of the Bridgerton. You know the guy? I'm not saying that you have an issue, but this is something that helps regulate your system. Your central nervous system tends to get overstimulated sometimes when you don't give yourself time to isolate from the rest of the world. something about your central nervous system gets shocked. You go through a shock, and then you want to go out into the woods. What's his name? George. Yeah, George from Bridgerton. That's what he used to do. He used to get lost in the stars. And he felt like he was unlovable because he felt like nobody deserved to have someone that just unexpectedly out of nowhere. This could even be unexpectedly forgetting, unexpectedly just not knowing, right? How their absence affects other people. And so it could be like a shock to them just as much as it is to you. And I think a lot of people assume that it's because you just want to chase fame. You just want to chase the status quo. You just want to be famous. And I don't think that's the case at all. I feel like you have this desire. Like you may be a master number 33. Okay, 11. You just have this desire to be loved by someone that will not try to pluck you out of your garden, not try to change you. But in order for someone to love you wholeheartedly, you first have to accept this about yourself, that you are a person that is like a petal. You're in season and you're out of season, like a flower. You're not always in bloom. There are seasons throughout the year where you wilt away, but you will come right back. And to know that someone still loves you unconditionally in that way is your true love, right? How many times do people, they'll buy roses all day, they'll buy flowers all day, gift them to someone else, and then toss it out when it's done serving its purpose. And so I feel like you're looking for home, a place where instead of tossing you to the side or considering you not worthy of love, they will allow you to plant yourself in their soil. And you will feel safe to root yourself in that grounds, because the person tending to the grounds would know that once the roses have all fall off, once the flowers are off, that the tree itself, the plant itself is still good. It just hasn't come into bloom yet. And I feel like you're waiting for that person that understands how to tend to your grounds. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful balance. And instead of like cutting you down or cutting you off, they'll be like, no, that bush is for Taurus. That bush is Taurus. That is who Taurus is. And when they're in bloom, they're in bloom. Yeah, we have 11 here too. Your ancestors are like trying to tell you more and more and more about different ancient tales, folklores, different stories to help you kind of know where you come from, so that you know that you aren't the only one, that you aren't the only one in your family. You are connected to something greater, something bigger. Not just a speck in the universe. We have shy, timid, misunderstood, and that's in reverse. Yeah, you aren't this wallflower. I feel like you're not this wallflower. Temple path. You are meant to go down this path and do it vivaciously. You're meant to do it confidently. What you're looking for is already here. And if you've been feeling the call to let something go, and it's something tangible, and to set yourself free, to give yourself permission to do something, take initiative, to believe in love again. You're being given that permission. Clarify this. Yeah, to love again. It's okay to love again. Even if you've been disappointed in love before, it's okay to love again. You have room. Endings does not mean never. You have room. But I'm also getting this energy of not taking everything so personally. Okay, when you take things personally, you get triggered. You get hella triggered. And you're like, nope, nope. I feel like your heart desires to be loved. But it's like when you desire to be loved, because it's a twofold sword here. Because I see here, so you know how safety, right? Someone would be glad. Anyone would be glad to have you, Taurus. Anyone. You understand? Anyone would be glad to have you, Taurus. You can plant your flower right up in here, Taurus. Ain't no wrong with that. So if you're looking for that type of place in love in people, I feel like what Spirit is saying is you're meant to break that spell, that curse, that binding that draws you back to familiar locations, places, and people that makes you feel safe. Because the Fool isn't about safety. The Fool is about faith, risk, not knowing. Okay? And I know this is taking long. I'm about to wrap it up, but there's something here that you're meant to end. And it's some type of belief system that in order for you to feel safe, you need to be in a garden where someone will accept this about you. And I feel like what happens is, if I have a property, let's say I have a property, Taurus, and on my property, I have these special marigolds, okay? And I tend to it. I don't want anybody coming on my property and stealing my marigolds and trying to hit it or stump on it. So I'm going to protect my marigolds in my garden from anybody that even walks into my garden. Hell, I probably wouldn't even let people walk into the garden. I probably would tell them, look at it from outside the club, because you can't even get in. And so in that type of energy, you will attract addictive personalities, possessive people that that equipped with the personality traits necessary to keep you protected. Okay? It's safer here. I'll water you, I'll nurture you, I'll keep you safe. And with endings here, your ancestors is saying that is the call, that is the Pied Piper, that is what you find yourself believing that you have to go towards in order to feel safe to love. And the truth of the matter is, it's an illusion. The moon and the sun is here. And so it will appear to be everything you've ever wanted and more. And just because the fool is going towards the left doesn't mean that it's a past person. This could be any brand new person you ever meet on your journey. As long as that spell, that curse is over your bloodline, you will automatically feel like a reward, like a trophy, like a prize to win. Because it goes back to lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. There was some type of binding, some type of mixing of the bloods or something like that. Four of Wands. So whether you like this person or not, whether you feel like their methods are necessary or not to protect you, that's what they will do. And they may not be the nicest person, but you will know they will always keep it real with you. This is who I am. So you could be who you are. I take on this role, so you could put on that role. And I feel like your spiritual team is saying, you don't have to be afraid of this journey and this path where you're putting yourself out there and it's like, oh, I'm not for the streets. Or some of y'all, it's like putting myself out there. I don't know what I'm getting. I like to keep to myself. Y'all could be, like I said, wallflowers, or people that just prefer to popular loners. So you can let that old story go where you feel like you have to find, or you have to get there. You don't have to get there. What's on the other side of the fence, Spirit? It's like you're going through a breakthrough moment. What's on the other side of the fence? Ooh. Discomfort, anxiety. It's going to make you anxious to commit to this path. Why is it so anxious to commit to this path? Because you know you got to leave. You know you got to leave. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse for me is someone that can become a workaholic. Rejection. It's like being forced to do daily tasks you don't really care to do. You don't really care to do it. But you will be very wealthy, provided and taken care of. Generational wealth. But more importantly, you break some type of family curse for your future generations to come. But you only break this curse by way of you ending some type of love spell, love cycle. And then you become like, you boss up, you level up. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Sleepless nights, of course, working 10 times harder. For some of you guys, if you are, like I said, single, whether you have dogs, children, or whatever, it's very lonely. I mean, it's not like you're alone. You have your spirit guides. You have your purpose. But it's like you don't want to have to do, you don't want to have to put yourself out there and do what must be done to achieve it. And so it's gonna take work, because the Knight of Pentacles in work is a workaholic with sleepless nights. And so night after night, show after show, interview after interview, task after task, the mundane life. You know how they say people will work like a 9-to-5 job, and like, I can't wait to leave this 9-to-5 job so I can work for myself, because I don't like working for nobody else. I don't like nobody being in control of me. And then you go over into the realm of being an entrepreneur, and you realize that you work 24/7. But there's something about you knowing why you're doing it makes it not feel like work. You know what you're called to do, and so many generations that benefit from your commitment makes your devotion so amazing. You know what I'm saying? In so many words. It's reward in that. It really is. And instead of planting your love in grounds and other people's grounds and other people's realities in exchange for safety, resources, or any of those things, you tend to it yourself. See the Ace of Cups here? You're like, this is my job. It's my job and my responsibility to love and care for myself, to date myself. Sheesh. I feel like there'll be people in your family that will accuse you of, like, you not having control. It's like, you need to get control over yourself. You need to slow down, or you need to stop. You're going to have people that come up and tell you that you're misusing your story. You may be telling your family story. You may be sharing too much. Some of y'all is going to be vlogging as well, or just like what you share on like interviews, what people say, because this is in the future context. And so you may be perceived negatively, like someone that is misusing their intuition. You act on your own prejudice. You just say this because you're projecting, you're encouraging people to do this, but you're speaking about how you broke generational curses, how you changed your life. And so you're never going to be perceived by the people that where you came from, even new people. Anyone that's in this, if you're walking this path, it's because you are a trailblazer. You created this lane for yourself, and you know where you were called to go. Your instincts told you what needed to be, what limited belief system that was blocking you from fulfilling your own destiny. It's also telling me that you, in the future, you take control of your free will. And anytime that you are using your intuition in a way to change or better yourself from some type of fated reality you were meant to experience, you're going to always see people telling you that you shouldn't have done that, right? Because of course they want you on the fated route. They want you on the fated karmic wheel. Of course. Why wouldn't they? They're also going to accuse you of seducing people by way of charm, charisma, right? Because you're no longer attracting people that want to keep you a wallflower. You're attracting people that just want to enjoy your company. They're not coming to take from you. And so, yeah, they may not be a long time, but you're okay with being by yourself. So you may get a lot of negative talk, a lot of criticism. But you realize that at a certain point in your life, the system had you fucked up because they were telling you to put your love for sale. They were telling you to place your love as an equal reciprocity for in exchange for security, stability, finances, all those different things. Which is a belief system that creates this karmic wheel of this is how you earn it. This is how you earn someone. What's that? I can't even remember the spell that's spoken of. Yeah, you know, the spell that talks about you know how you go to the father or the mother and you tell them that you want to marry their child estate, you know, and you have to come with you got to have the money to afford it, right? And what is money to afford a person? So it still triggers that buying and selling of people as, you know, as property. Just the math ain't math. And make it make sense in the comments for me, please. And so look, I feel like your biggest, some of y'all through these same-sex relationships. Especially, like, you may have two sides of you. Like, you could be psychic, intuitive, clairvoyant, also very attractive, alluring. And so you may come across many, not necessarily suitors, because I don't feel like in this phase of your life that you're attracting suitors. I feel like when you work hard, you play hard. You see what I'm saying? Hell. A stallion. It starts off as a bumpy road though, because you're like fighting, you're battling it, you know, you're battling those belief systems, you're battling all these different endings at once. Wop. Like, you just feel like you're getting fucked up. And I feel like there's someone that comes to help you relieve stress. This may be a main one. Okay? They help you relieve stress and then y'all go about your business. Until I see you again. Where will I see you again? Others of you, it looks like that's when you as well meet someone then you meet someone that's compatible with you. But I do feel like it starts off like y'all grow with each other. You get what I'm saying? Y'all both, yeah, Five of Pentacles in reverse, y'all grow with each other. Someone like you may have two sides to you, because I feel like the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups is the same person. It's just two versions of you. And so you go a period of dating, just casual dating, not even dating with the intent to marry, dating with the intent to do anything. I feel like you date, we have romantic rendezvous, whatever. To like relieve tension. And then you feel like you got a clean slate. You feel recharged, rejuvenated, rejuvenate. And I feel like the person that brings out a softer side of you, because I mean the King of Cups, they alright. Okay, the King of Cups is alright. The King of Cups to me is someone that's also emotionally detached. They gonna get what they want regardless. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I feel like then and only then will that type of connection, it's almost like you have to mature into the person you're meant to be in order to receive the type of person that's meant to experience you. Y'all meant to experience each other without the karmic lessons, because like this person can't really love you for you and accept you for you until you become who you're meant to be. Otherwise they'll be just loving you where you're at, and then you will feel like you need to leave again, and you'll feel like you need to go about your business again because you haven't arrived at your fullest potential. And so, and then if you haven't arrived to your full potential, then everybody else that you date prior to that will be aspiring to help you develop into the version of yourself that meets their expectation of your potential. So it's like it's too open for them to sway you in another direction. You aren't set in who you are yet. So you could also be a late bloomer as well. 9 of Cups. Yikes. Nine of Cups. Yeah, I feel like somebody's going to be criticizing you like crazy. You're going to have an opponent. And I feel like we need to stop here, because I do feel like as you get up there in the corporate ladder and the world ladder, it is contracted for somebody to come back around. And it's giving very Kevin Samuels type of vibe. Someone that is going to use you as the target. You are going to be the target of someone's tabloids, someone's commentary. They're going to use you as a point of reference of what not to do. And they're going to dissect your entire profile, your biography, and advise other people of who not to be, who not to become. And I feel like you're going to be up there. And this is this person's way of getting your attention. They really want your attention. And so the Queen of Swords in reverse is saying they want you to snap back at them and give them some type of clout or attention. 6 of Swords, miss me with that bullshit. You won't give it to them. But I do feel like they are contracted to come in as a test. To test your 5 of Swords. To test your game, your gangster. Because this person is trying to trigger you back into some docile state of consciousness. Where they're like, look at you. You can't even keep this and you can't even do that. It's going to be an attack on your... It's going to be an attack on your femininity. To hold you back from going through this next portal. There's going to be another portal that opens up for you. So many doors are going to open up for you. You're leaving behind lack consciousness. So yeah, I see you taking what you need, only what you need from these experiences, and then leveling up. Because what happens after the 8 of Swords? You go back to the 9 of Swords. When that situation makes you feel trapped, right, and you don't like it, you level the fuck up. You go through those sleepless nights. You go through the transformation. Bitty bibbity bobbity boo. You have a new point of trajectory where you're headed, and so it's going to be bad news for anyone that keeps trying it. But every time you receive hate, you do some type of level up. And that's just is what it is. They help you get to your next big breakthrough. So anytime that you want to know like what's happening in the future, it's going to come by attacks. The more you're attacked, the more you knowing that you're leveling up and you're going through a breakthrough. Because you're meant to have rapid success, rapid prosperity, rapid abundance. And they're going to project. They're going to be projecting. And it's because they can't peg you down as just being one. You're multifaceted. Like, you're not even revealing to them your real empress energy. You're only giving them facets of you. And so it's like you keep changing up on people. And they're going to be like, witch, shapeshifter. You know, all types of crazy shit. They're going to call you all types of names. Wealth in reverse. Money matters. Short term. Investment in reverse. Ooh, this is going to be a hard road. Ups and downs. The ebbs and flows. Rise and fall. In the flow. If you notice, all these cards talks about money. I mean, it is a money deck, right? You got wealth, money matters, investments, short term in reverse. So instead of having quick come ups, you're going to create, like, I don't think that you are meant to try to build legacies and dynasties this lifetime. I don't feel like you're meant for that. You know, you're not trying to build an empire. I feel like you're meant to acquire the abundance that you need to go down this path that you're meant to go down. And you just bless people along the way. You know how some lifetimes people will incarnate and they're meant to be like a really big celebrity and leave things for their future generations and have it all in their name. And you become like the next big label, the next big name. Those are aspirations of the world. I feel like your path is bigger than the aspirations of the world. So it's not for the love of money. It's not for this belief that you gotta harbor it and put it all away, otherwise you lose it. That's fear. Yours is to have money, a lot of it, and to spend it by the boatload, because there's always more where that comes from whenever you need it. And so you are always provided for on your journey. No one can ever really financially acquaint, like no one could ever, how do I say it, financially like keep up with your finances, because it'll be like asking the universe how much money you got, how much inheritance you got. Your wealth is not of this earth. And so it's infinite. So anytime you need something, it's gonna always come through for you. And they're like, what the fuck? And that's what people don't understand, because you on a path. And so it's a long term blank energy check. And so anytime that you need it, anytime there's a situation that's blocking you and you ready to level up, you say, boom, I need this. These are my tools. This is what I need. And you just abracadabra, you got it. And the universe is going to make a way right into the matrix. Like, did you ever see Neo and them go to the store and go and find their clothes? No. When they teleported into the matrix, they just had everything they needed: the shoes, the clothes, the glasses. And so that's what I see here as well. You just provided for her. Straight up. There's more where that came from. All the time. Every time. Let's get your closing message, because I feel like you need this. What I told you, winning. It's sooner or later. Luck comes for everyone. Don't spend everything at once. You got every time you break out of a limited belief systems, you level up. You rise in the paradigm. And so it's not about the money for you. It'll never be about the money for you. This is when you tap into you doing what you love. That's the path. That's the journey. You falling in love with your purpose instead of falling in love with people and feeling disappointed. All right? I don't care what it is. Like I said, it could be anything. I feel like wealth, the reason why wealth is in reverse is because it's an aspiration of mankind. Because that's man-made, a man-made expectation of your net worth. Like a net worth. What's a net worth to someone like you? When you don't ever work another day in your life. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Closed doors opening. It says start all over again, and that's in reverse. You don't gotta go back to the back of the line. No good job opportunities. The current job is coming to an end, and that's in reverse. So every time something comes to stop you on your path and detour you and trick you or try, it will never work. It will not prosper. It will stop. Matter of fact, people may walk away from you. So you got people breaking up with you, leaving you, not wanting to deal with you, not sure what they should do. They start tweaking. They start falling apart at the seams. And the reason why that is because they're not equally compatible and yoked with you. And so rather than you start over from the beginning and go back to sleep, they'll go through bad karma. Love affair in reverse. Don't lose your mind in reverse. See? They'll lose their mind. What was meant for you will become their vice to face or confront. Fast changes. Look at you. Zoom, zoom. Take bold steps forward. And then we have the money tree. I told you it's an infinite supply for you. You got 2 money cards. Money matters. Money grows on trees for you, you know. Enjoy your wealth. Dreams come true. You will get what you have long desired. That's double confirmation. And if you have anything, you're going to be able to have the stability that you seek. Even if you have had to leave home after home after home, if you've been traveling for a while and you tired, whatever it is, you gonna get that what you're looking for, and you're not gonna have to settle. It's just gonna magically happen. Alchemy. But I feel like on your journey, you're meant to give birth to this. You're meant to give birth to the inspiration that solves your problems. Not need another person. Not have to be with someone that's in third party situations. Be with someone and settle for just some type of stability or security or finances, whatever it is. You're meant to give birth to all of your abundance over and over and over and over and over again in multiple ways. So following those ideas, okay, transforming your situations, everything is content. Don't forget to use it. That's what I'm hearing. All right, Taurus, I love you guys. This has been an amazing reading. I'm glad I did it this way. And let me know if you guys like the Celtic cross and the channeling the way that I did it earlier in the comment section for more future readings like this. All right, love you guys. Bye.